Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Allie Hookema.
And I'm Kennedy Holland. This is the Ouachita News. The 2024 presidential election seems far, but the importance of current political engagement is vital to be an informed voter. The question of how can our generation be involved and educated has been answered by politically involved students on campus. Reporter Kaylin Clay has more.
Since talks of the 2024 presidential election are circling around, it's important that we all stay politically engaged and educated starting now. However, sometimes college students are a little bit hesitant to educate themselves and exercise their right to vote. So I wanted to talk to some politically engaged leaders right here on campus about how they think that students can inform themselves about politics. Let's hear what they have to say. Many of us are asking why college students are hesitant to vote, and a lot of this may be due to the lack of knowledge on where they stand, but collaboration is key.
I think a lot of college students are hesitant to vote because a lot of them don't really know where they fall on the political scale. A lot of people, whenever they come to college, they're really trying to find themselves and find how they fall in social matters, but then also in political matters. And a lot of times they often look to their parents' beliefs, and then sometimes they realize that maybe they don't identify the same way as their parents, and that leads to a lot of self-discovery. So I think a lot of college students don't vote because they truly don't know where they fall, or they're just not having, a clear picture of what it means to be involved in politics. I think in order for us to continue to see this trend of college students voting, we really need to just encourage people to reach out and to talk about their ideas and collaboration among different groups and people, because honestly, the more that you talk about politics and the more that you are informed about the political world, the more likely you are to go out and vote. And it's vital that as college students we start voting now so that we can get in practice for whenever we're our parents' age one day and we're the majority of the voting public.
Educational resources are available for people to inform themselves about politics, but they must be aware of these resources, and that's where a gap comes into play.
Well, I think that there's already a lot of resources out there for students to get educated on what issues matter, what issues are. I think just making sure students know that those resources are available. Almost everybody has an iPhone or some way to download apps or have access to the internet, and Ballotpedia, Congress Reveal, or just the Congress app. Those are all great ways to educate yourselves on issues that really matter and impact our daily lives. I think voter drives are a great thing. I know there's a lot of talk around even our community of having voter drives. At our school, we've had political candidates come approach me as the president of College Republicans asking if they can do a voter drive. I think it's a wonderful thing to do, and it gets kids involved, and it helps them realize that it matters.
Well, voting certainly does matter, and our generation has a key place in the political realm.
We're the young people, we're the future, we're the ones that are going to be, as we get older, we're going to be stepping into those roles, so it's extremely important for us to know what's going on so we can be prepared for that, and also because the things that we vote for now are going to be affecting us in our future and our families and kids if you have them, I read somewhere that we're like the generation that actually does, like, we take action, and I really like that. So I think that that's one of the things that we have brought, to politics on both sides. I think that we know what we believe, and we're going to do what we can to make it happen.
Your voice does matter, so stay informed. For the Ouachita News Show, I'm Kaylin Clay. Back to the studio.
Thank you, Kaylin. Today is Scholars Day, a day put together by the Carl Goodson Honors Program, features students presenting research, directed studies, and theses. Congratulations to all of these students and good luck. Tomorrow night, a panel discussion will take place for girls only, titled, "What if it happens to you or someone else?" This panel, led by Nancy Harrell, Marilee Greer, and Krista Neal, is one of the last events left in Sexual Assault Awareness Month.
Ouachita's annual spring-themed event, Spy Games, is designed and hosted by students of the Carl Goodson Honors Program. This will be a night full of fun and secrets starting at 6 p.m. This event will be so much fun, but the rain has been back this week. I'm hoping it'll clear by Friday. Josh Engel has our forecast.
Well, Ouachita, I hope you enjoyed those cold temperatures last week. They were great. They were in the 60s and even 50s. That was nice. Honestly, I had some long sleeve shirts on. Didn't have to put on a jacket, but I enjoyed it. However, we're back. We're back in the spring, and you can see we got some temperatures, 65, 68, and it'll keep getting warmer. In fact, we're going to see temperatures in the 70s throughout most of the rest of this week. That's going to continue even on into next week, but that's outside of this graph. But we'll see temperatures continue to rise throughout the rest of this month. In terms of actual weather, though, it's going to start off, this week. Last bit of this into the weekend, you're going to see that you're going to have some rain, some storms. This is actually incorrect. I just checked this. This is actually no longer going to be any storms today, but we still have rain happening on Thursday and Saturday. Keep that in mind. If you've got anything planned, especially outside, things are going to may possibly be a little wet. However, good news, you're going to see here next week, start of the last week before finals, we'll have a beautiful semi-sunny, not fully sunny, but we'll have some clouds, but still a lot of sun throughout the beginning of next week, the last week before finals. So hopefully you can enjoy studying out in the sun before finals week. Guys, numbers are provided by AccuWeather. Back to the desk.
Thank you, Josh. With the end of the school comes the end of sports. Brody Kriegel has our Roar Rundown.
Welcome to the Roar Rundown. I'm Brody Kriegel. As Ouachita sports are entering the last 2 weeks of play, there is a lot on the line, with championship opportunities set to come soon. The 30th ranked Ouachita Baptist University baseball team collected a season-high 17 hits, including 7 extra base hits to lead the Tigers to a 13-3 win over Southern Nazarene University on Saturday and finished a sweep over the Crimson Storm. It was the 4th Great American Conference sweep of the season for the Tigers, who enter the final week of the regular season just 1 game behind GAC leader Southern Arkansas University in the league standings. The Tigers scored their 13 runs on 17 hits, marking the 15th game this season to score double-digit runs and the 24th game with double-digit hits. While many Tigers contributed to the 10-point routing, Isaac Noel was selected as Great American Conference Baseball Player of the Week for his efforts in leading the 30th ranked Tigers to a doubleheader split with Arkansas and Monticello and a 3-game conference sweep over Southern Nazarene. Noel hit .556 in the 5 games combined, going 10 for 18 at the plate with 7 runs scored, 4 RBI, 2 doubles, 2 home runs, and a 1.00 slugging percentage for the week. He added 2 walks and a hit by pitch to his totals to give him a weekly .619 on-base percentage. Ouachita is scheduled for its final non-conference game of the season this Tuesday night with a road trip to Searcy to take on Harding. Tiger softball used a 9-run 6th inning to seal the deal, enforcing the mercy rule against Southern Nazarene 12-4 in 6th inning Sunday afternoon at Solly Anderson Field. The third and final game of the weekend GAC series saw both teams put up zeros for the first inning of play. Hope Wade did lead off the bottom of the first with a single, but after a stolen base, was left stranded on second. The Crimson Storm struck first, plating 2 runs in the top of the second inning. But this time, the Tigers quickly responded, answering back with 2 runs of their own in the bottom of the inning. The Tigers set the Storm down in order in the top half of the 3rd inning, and a solo home run from Aaron Williams gave Ouachita its first lead of the weekend, going up 3-2 after Williams' 9th homer of the season. Southern Nazarene tied things up at 3 in the 4th inning on a sacrifice fly. Both teams were held scoreless in the 5th inning, keeping the game tied. Snoo broke the tie in the top of the 6th, taking a 4-3 lead and seeming to have all the momentum in its favor. Then, the bottom of the 6th happened. The 12 runs scored in the game were the most by a Tiger since scoring 15 against Union on February 15th. The 11 hits were the most since recording 14 against Arkansas Tech on March 11th. The Tigers will look to keep this momentum going as they host the Mustangs of Central Baptist College in the final non-conference games of the year in a doubleheader at Solly Anderson Field set for Tuesday, April 25th. The OBU men's and women's track and field teams set 25 personal bests in a good weekend at the Red Wolves Open meet hosted by Arkansas State University. This week's meet featured a mix of programs ranging from Division I to NAIA. Other Great American Conference members were in attendance, and the Tigers consistently fighting for top spots among them. The Tigers had 1 event winner, Dylan Dew won the men's 800 meter with a time of 1:52.9, winning by almost 2 seconds. Dew was placed 5th in the men's 1500 meter with a time of 3:53.50, behind only Division I runners. Karis Martin placed 4th in the women's long jump with a distance of 5.43 meters and was just 1.25 inches away from tying her program record. Martin was 2nd among Division II jumpers in the event. Macy Cash took 4th place in the women's 1500 meter with a time of 4:43.09, but placed ahead of all other GAC runners in the event. This meet closes out a successful regular season for Ouachita, as the Tigers will now be gearing up and getting ready for the Great American Conference Championship meet, which is set to begin Thursday, May 4th in Sarasota, Arkansas. If you want to keep up with the latest in Ouachita sports, visit obutigers.com and tune into the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. I'm Brody Kriegel. Back to you.
Thank you, Brody.
I'm excited about the events in the next couple weeks as we wrap up this semester.
Me too. It'll be a great next few weeks.
It sure will. Well, that's all we have for today. Follow us on Instagram at Ouachita News to stay up to date on daily OBU life, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
We will see you next week for our final show of the year.